All right, 5 minutes after 9 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. It is time for Veterans News. I don't see Hank Whittier now. Robert, I guess you're going to be starting the show off. Good morning, Robert Wood.
I'm sitting here again and welcoming good morning folks of Marion County and Ocala and all the veterans listening in on us. We have a very interesting hour today. We have representatives from the VA with us, and we'll be talking to them before long. The first off we're going to get to is the casualty list, starting out with the Terry with the sheriff's office.
Terry Brevard. Good morning, Terry. You're on the air now.
Good morning.
Good morning, Terry.
How are y'all? Roger, you doing good?
Hanging in there like you.
All right, buddy. Well, we unfortunately have one, so I'll
Go
go ahead and
ahead,
start
sir.
with ours. The one casualty we have for the week is Lieutenant Clay Crabb, and Clay was with the Austin Police Department out of Texas. His end of watch was October the 16th of this year. Clay was 42 years of age. He spent 19 years with the police department out in Texas. He was killed, unfortunately, in an automobile accident while on duty, and he is survived by his wife and 3 children. And that's all we have for today.
Unfortunately, there's one too many, of course.
Yes, there is, as usual.
You know, people don't understand when their officers are out there, they're on the road constantly, and things happen. And we hope that nothing bad ever happens, but it does.
Yeah, that's true. And of course, the one good thing is that as safer technology comes out with new vehicles, we're starting to see less and less of these.
Yeah. Well, Terry, we thank you for calling in,
Yes,
and
sir.
I hope y'all be safe and think about us.
All right, we will, Robert. Thank you.
All right, buddy. Bye-bye. And we'll go ahead with the military casualty list. Army casualties identified Staff Sergeant Patrick H. Gwynn, 26 of Quarryville, Pennsylvania. He died of injuries sustained in an enemy attack in Afghanistan. He was assigned to the 3rd Battalion, 10th Special Forces Group, Fort Carson, Colorado. Also, World War II airman identified Army Air Force First Lieutenant Robert G. Fernstern Marker, 23 of Scranton, Pennsylvania, will be buried on October the 18th in Arlington. He was a pilot of a P-47D Thunderbolt and an armed reconnaissance mission against targets in the Germany area. U.S. military officers reported seeing the aircraft crash, and the remains have been identified now. And World War II Marine accounted for is U.S. Marine Corps Captain Henry S. White, 23 of Kansas City, Missouri, and Staff Sergeant Thomas L. Meek, 19 of Lisbon, Louisiana, will be buried in cemetery at Arlington on July the 21st. 1943, White and Meek were crewmen on an SBD-4 Dauntless dive bomber that departed Turtle Bay Airfield and Santo Island, Esprit, Santo Island, and New Hebrides, and never returned. Their bodies were found and have been recovered, and they're being interned in Arlington. Also, missing airmen from Vietnam War accounted for is U.S. Air Force Lieutenant Colonel Robert E. Pettick, 31 of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and Major Louis F. Gomera, 25 of Westchester, Pennsylvania. They were in a single, they will be interned at Arlington Cemetery near Washington. They were killed in Laos area. And That's all we have today, sir. So if you'll take it on in.
I have nobody local.
No.
Okay.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. 'Twas grace that taught my heart to fear, and grace my fears relieved. How precious did that grace appear, the hour I first believed. Through many dangers, toils, and snares, we have already gone. 'Twas grace that brought us safe thus far, and grace will lead us
Okay. Well, thanks. Hey, guys. This is what you speak into this and people can actually hear you out there? Is that what you're saying to me?
You misunderstand. They have
You,
to get you
you've been gone so long,
Your
Hank.
voice
I know.
is
It's been a
not
long
here.
time since
Yeah,
I've been
man.
here.
You got to reorientate
And I'm
you.
not staying again today, only because I don't like the company that came.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah, I treat VA employees.
Yeah.
No, these are good. These are three good VA folks.
right,
But we'll introduce them in a minute. But been away doing taking care of loose ends on the fundraiser on Friday and
How are we
Saturday.
doing?
We're doing outstanding. Really, we'll announce the dollar figures after it's all said and done. But we've exceeded our goal.
Oh,
good.
Yeah, we really have. I got the finance report the other day, and it already crashed through that mark, and we're shooting for another one. So,
Right.
but that's only because good folks out there have either donated or decided to play golf or are coming out to the event. So, it's Friday night, and you got to get out there early because if you're an invited guest and you're on that registration list, which Joe swore to God he was on,
He might swear to it, but
yeah,
that's all.
no one believes him. We'll let him in.
In the same room.
We'll let them in the back door, But anyway, that's Friday evening. It's and festivities start around 4:00. So
Yeah, let's remind them where it is.
it's at Golden Ocala, and that's up on Highway 27. And once you pass Castro Farms, and once you start seeing that big wall on your left-hand side, it's about a quarter
need to
mile.
make the left-hand
about
turn.
a quarter mile past there on your left. You turn
Yeah.
into the gatehouse.
Yep.
But you got to, tonight is by invitation, or if you're one of the donors or you contribute to play golf or something like that, then come on down and join us. But some people, I think a lot of folks thought it was starting later, but it's actually starting early. Kathy
we're-
Bryan singing the national anthem. A lot of folks will be there with us. So we didn't invite Dr. Burns. We didn't invite him.
Oh,
Oh, my goodness.
So, that'd be a good time, right?
Now, we also have a silent auction tonight.
Silent
don't we,
auction
sir?
tonight, yeah. So again, we've crashed straight through that $50,000 figure.
Oh, that's fantastic.
So, and again, that's because of Golden Ocala and the Roberts family and all those good folks who work so hard. I hate to say nice things about them, but Don Harrison, mainly it was Linda Harrison, but it's an outstanding event. We'll have a list. We could probably do a whole show on thanking folks who helped us out. But
Right.
it's been outstanding.
Yes.
And you're gonna talk about the good food over at Cody's this morning?
Oh, yes, sir.
Yeah.
I'd be most happy to talk
Is he
about
helping you
it.
down there? Is he showing you how to get into show biz? Is that what he's doing? Yeah.
Actually, he's trying to get me into radio business, and it's hard to do.
He wants you to do that midnight show with him, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
We got a Dracula standing here, and he has no face, only at nighttime.
I thought it was a congressman.
Actually, I thought it was a representative, and I won't go into it.
Yeah.
Anyway, Cody's Original Roadhouse.
What a segue.
Hey, can't ask for a better segue. But anyway, they have a open daily at 11 a.m. and their happy hour starts at 11 a.m. goes all the way to 7.
Joe's saying I made one of those rare mistakes. The event starts Friday night.
Yes.
Yeah. Did I say other's? I didn't think I did. No. Well, if I did, everybody knows I don't know what
One
I'm
of us
talking
did-
about.
one
so
of us did,
No one
so.
listens to me anyway. No, it starts from the house right on. I won't.
So
we want-
easy. Thank you, man. You've been gone so long. You've been gone for a while.
I really don't know this stuff anymore. I mean, it's I don't know who you people are.
You forgot me, Hank?
Not all of you.
There's some that can't be
But
forgotten.
I liked the two young ladies that came in. I'd like to.
Well,
DeShannon and Cece, and from the VA
Yeah.
here, and they're going to talk, and Dr. Burns. They're going to talk a little PTSD and what the VA can do about that, and some recognition of it, and
well,
all that other stuff. I know you guys got some announcements to make. We got a lot of events coming
Well,
up
before-
after Golden Ocala Friday and Saturday. We got our breakfast coming up in November, which this year we're going to about 5 people in the community who have been good to veterans are going to get recognized. One special individual who's going to get something special, and who served with.
I think I've seen something like that.
Yeah, you have. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think you have. And we're all going to be. That's a good time. It's November the 8th.
Yeah.
And if you're interested in coming, it's a freebie, but you got to be on the list to come to that too.
Must be on the list.
You get yourself.
And if you don't,
If you notice that I've been inviting more women, I don't know if you have noticed that.
I have always noticed it, sir.
And they sit close to me.
The purse strings
You're the
are
person at the
always
table.
looser around you, I can tell. They like to be generous with you.
Oh, I hope
we
so.
want to do that, sir.
So anyway, that's a big event, and we've got a couple other things coming up. But it's hard to believe it's almost Veterans Day. It's incredible. So it's right on us, and all the events that take place. And this is a crowded time on everybody's calendar. But try to get out there and support those activities because it means a lot to the veterans. And when you get a chance, just go by and tell them thank you. They'd appreciate that. You guys have some announcements. Listen, I've got a lot of loose ends that I'm still tying off for a couple of events, so I'm going to get out of here and let you guys talk, and maybe you'll invite me back again sometime.
Well,
And give these guys
if
plenty
you
of time.
want to leave us, we're sorry.
Yeah,
that
well,
you're
just
leaving.
I'm glad they showed up because the whole PTS thing with veterans and their families is a big deal, and it's a major problem, and I'm glad the VA addresses it. I joke around about the VA. Sometimes I bash them. You probably heard me bash them on occasions, but it's not you people. I mean, it's more the admin type stuff. I really think the local clinics and what you folks do is great. You need more support. You don't have to agree, but you're not saying that I am, but you need more support, you need more space at this local VA. And, I'll just tell you, I know that this local VA is way underfunded compared to other VAs.
Yes.
And that's not the way, I don't know why. I've never got an explanation of why that is, but these folks need all the support they can get because they do one hell of a job. So,
That's true.
all right, guys, listen, I got to go, and I know you're going to miss me, but
I'm going to miss you quite well. I enjoy you being here.
all right, guys, have a good one.
Yeah,
Thank you
too,
very
thanks.
much.
Thanks, Hank.
And
Later.
See you later.
I will lead in on this conversation with Curly and let you talk about what you got coming on with your group.
Good morning, Ocala, Marion County. It's once again time to let you know that it's fastly approaching because the Brady Owens Rehistory Post 7193 and the Ladies Auxiliary is still sponsoring its annual Brady Owens dinner dance, and it's going to be once again on a Saturday this time on November the 2nd, 2013. And it's going to be at the Ocala Elks Lodge, and it's located at 702 Northeast 25th Avenue in Ocala. It starts promptly at 7 p.m., but the seating starts at 6:30. You may participate in one of the following ways. You can take an ad in our journal. The black and white ad starts at a quarter page from $25 up to $100 for a full page ad, or the color ad start at a quarter page for $45 up to $200 for a full page ad. Now, since the deadline is October 17th, which is today, you must see me or somebody in the advertising area today, because at 12 noon we can no longer accept any other advertisement. Or you can purchase a ticket to the dinner dance. Each dinner dance ticket is $35 each, or you may list your name in the journal as a patron, and you may do that by donating $5 per name. Or you can contribute $250 or more and have your name displayed on the perpetual plaque outside the building when it is constructed. Remember, this is a fundraiser for the Brady Owens Community Center /Posts, and we're asking that you continue to support us in this effort because it is a community center that will benefit the entire community of Marion County, Ocala. We ask that you continue to support us, and you take this opportunity to thank you for your continued support. We thank you now, and we ask that you continue to look into the possibility of either getting an ad or joining us in the dinner dance. Bobby, we know you're going to be there.
Yes, sir. I'm going to be there with my camera, my
right.
one-eyed monster.
You're a one-eyed monster.
Yes, sir.
And it does take good pictures.
Well, it helps.
It helps.
Yes, it does.
And we're looking forward to having you in
Good
the
enough,
life
sir.
Thank you.
I will definitely be there on November the 2nd.
And for more information, you can call 352-351-3599 or 352-629-9347 or 352-620-0476.
There you go. Now, I realize that that's just a little bit after the Halloween, then Dracula won't be present at your gig, but starting shortly at various locations, especially at Wayne's World, Paint World, should I say it that way, they're going to have a haunted mansion or haunted house. And they are exceptionally good, and they would be more than happy to take you through their hauntedness. And maybe you meet Dracula in between. Never can tell. But and then there's several groups that are going on. They have a Halloween dance at the Hilton on the 31st. And participation in that is greatly appreciated. Anybody wanting to go, you have to be dressed accordingly. So you never know what you might win if you come there dressed as one of your favorite characters. Anyway, getting back to what, Don, do you have anything that you want to make a comment about or answer or anything going on?
Oh, I've got some.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, the situation with the Marine Corps Ball coming up on November 10th is still stands as there's less than 50 now tickets available for the ball, and I advise you to go out there, and if you plan on attending, get there, get the ticket, and make it okay. Okay?
That's representing a particular birthday for the Marine Corps, isn't it?
That's 237th?
Eighth.
30th birthday.
238 years.
Mm-hmm. That's a long time.
Marines have been noted as being in service, and we do thank you for that. Now, I'm going to go ahead and break for a little way to let Larry earn some money for a change. And yeah, he needs to make money. So Larry?
We'll be right back.
Hey, it's Christy with Ocala Mac and PC Repair and Ocala Guest Wi-Fi to let you know we have you covered. We are the only local certified Apple and Microsoft computer company in Ocala. We are family owned and operated. From mobile repair to wireless networks, viruses, new systems, or security cameras, we do it all. Check us out online, ocalamacpc.com, or give us a call, 352-566-8324.
Tell them Nick, Madison, or Mason sent you and get free diagnostic.
Get your internet telephone service from the company that brought affordable internet service to Ocala in the first place. All Is Safe is a sister company of Ocala Guest Wi-Fi, a company you've known and trusted for all your internet needs. Whether you need a phone or hundreds, we've got the products and services to meet your needs both now and in the future. Our plans include everything from local and long-distance calling to equipment maintenance and even software upgrades. You can count on All Is Safe to give you cost certainty knowing that your bill will be the same next week, next month, or even next year. Call 352-450-8647 today to learn how to cut your monthly telephone bill up to 60%.
Looking for hand-cut steaks or just plain good food made from scratch daily? Then head over to Cody's Original Roadhouse for a fun, casual, family-friendly meal. Plus, don't miss the best happy hour with 2 for $1, everything from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. every day, including Top Shelf. Unwind and watch your favorite college or pro team on one of our many high-def TVs. Cody's, you won't go home hungry or broke. You'll just go home happy. Cody's Original Roadhouse, where quality and value come together.
Hi, I'm Yvette, and I'm here to tell you a few things about ABC Frederick's Appliance. They sell not only new, but used guaranteed appliances. When you call ABC Frederick's Appliance, they will provide service on what they sell and any appliances that you own. ABC Frederick's Appliance is located in Bellevue, right over the railroad tracks. Call 352-629-5181. That's 352-629-5181. That's 352-629-5181.
Hey, I'm Gary. And I'm Eric. Did you know that Red Eye Radio is on WOCA The Source every night from 2 to 6 a.m. and it's live?
That's right. No tape shows here.
We know that the news doesn't sleep.
And neither do we. So we're here with you live from 2 till 6 a.m. every weekday. Call us 866-90-RED-EYE. So join me, Gary McNamara.
And me, Eric Harley, every weeknight to discuss the latest in news and entertainment.
Right here on WOCA The Source.
How good does it get?
Golf has long been considered to be sport's most prestigious game, and WOCA has your connection to everything in the golf world. Every first and third Thursday at 10 a.m., tune in for Let's Talk Golf with your host, PGA professional and teacher to the stars, Jim Beckett, and operations manager for the Links of Spruce Creek South, Darren Irwin, right here on The Source.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean, I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line, a new spoiler, and a new trunk.
We can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too, huh?
Well, as a matter of fact, join me every Monday at 10 for auto repair with personal care here on The Source.
Of course you do.
Don't ever miss a single edition of the Mike Huckabee Show. We're going to have a whole lot of fun talking the big issues of the day. We'll talk to the newsmakers and the issues that made them a newsmaker, as well as we'll bring you some entertainment, some fun. You never know what's going to happen on the Mike Huckabee Show. Don't miss it.
Join Mike Huckabee every weekday from noon to 3 exclusively on WOCA The Source.
It is 9:30. Let's return to Veterans News, and I'm not so sure who's sitting in Hank's place.
I'm sitting
I wasn't sure.
Like Papa Joe.
Yeah,
that is Papa Joe.
That's it. Well, Hank had to leave, as we all know. He is super busy with the golf tournament coming up. So, and if he could be split in two, he'd do that. But Vivian says, Hank, and all of a sudden you hear, and he's gone.
You into the breeze. You don't know when he's going to be back either.
No, we got feedback somewhere.
Yep. Okay, and folks, we welcome you back to listen to our Veterans Hour, and we're on the last half of it, unfortunately.
It goes by fast, doesn't it, Robert?
It does. It really does.
Tell you what. Who said you couldn't talk long?
I don't like to talk.
My goodness.
I'm going to go ahead and start breaking into our guests, so we may have some time left for trivia.
Okay.
If you're lucky, you've brought a trivia question with you.
I have come prepared, as I always do.
Did you bring in a Cody's list or a card?
You mean a $25 gift card to Cody's?
Do I have a chance to win it if they do not win it?
Let me think. No.
Oh, dadgummit, I lose again. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and tell you that Cody's is a fantastic local restaurant. They are great. There's Cody's Original Roadhouse. They are located at 2505 Southwest College Road here in Ocala. And the Villages at 1041 Lakeshore Drive. And their phone number down there is 259-8500. And they're right there on the lake at Sumter Landing.
You know, they always have that misspelling. It says happy hour.
Yeah.
They had to put an S on that.
Yeah, they need
From 11 to 7 is happy hours.
Yeah, and they're open daily from 11 in the morning and until. They don't tell you when they close because they never know.
A bunch of party animals over there, I tell you.
Yeah,
But the food's good, the steak's delicious, they hand cut it every morning. So it's right there, and don't look for something come out of the freezer. It's not going to happen.
Also, they give a veteran a 10%.
10% off. Yeah. Very good.
And remember that, guys.
Show them your card and say, here I am.
Yeah, and they'll be more than happy to do it, but they want to know that they're behind the community and working with us.
All right, eat the peanuts, throw them on the floor. Eat the peanuts, shells on the floor.
I don't eat that many peanuts, but never mind.
All right, Robert, who's our guest today?
We got a guest in here from the VA clinic here in Ocala, and they're going to lead off with Dr. Day, and I'm going to let Dr. Burns.
Dr. Burns.
I apologize, sir.
That's all right.
Just another slip. But Dr. Burns, if you would introduce yourself and other people with you. Of course, I know all three of y'all, especially DeShannon and CC, who are in the nursing side. And Dee is the office manager. I guess that would be a correct term.
That would be correct, yes, sir.
That's close enough. Seems like we have a similarity there.
Yes.
Anyway, Dr. Burns, if you would take it over, please.
Well, I'm Dr. Jason Burns, and I'm here to answer questions about post-traumatic stress disorder, and CC and DeShannon are here to answer any of your administrative questions. So, Hank alluded to resource allocation problems within the VA and our community-based outpatient clinic in particular, but I will say this. There is one place where the VA has stepped up to the plate and provided us with some resources, and that's in mental health. And the reason being is, I was sitting here listening to y'all do the casualty list, and I started thinking about just how many people are affected by what's going on in the world right now. I mean, for all those people that you spoke about, their family and friends, they're also affected, and there are people that we don't even know were affected by that. So when you think about the emotional and mental health issues that go along with that, the VA has responded to that. And even in our community-based outpatient clinic, we've added 4 new mental health care providers. We're in the process of adding another psychiatrist. And that is one place where they have really stepped up to the plate and understood what the need is for veterans. You know, we hear a lot about mental health problems, depression, grief, anxiety, sort of in the media. The one thing that we hear a lot about in the media as far as combat and wartime traumas go is post-traumatic stress disorder. PTSD is what it's known at. That's a term that's thrown around a lot but not explained a lot. And so what we're hoping to do today is answer a few questions that you might have about what
before you get into it, I had the pleasure of course, all 4 of us actually know Dr. Jeffrey Bates. He came down and was at the courthouse yesterday along with Dr. Knapp, and DeShannon was there. I was there, and many others, and give a good talk about the relationship in the PTSD levels. So this is tying right directly into what you're talking about now. So,
right.
Go ahead,
it's I think of post-traumatic stress disorders as a systemic issue. You know, it's not just the veteran that has post-traumatic stress disorder, but it's the family members that are affected by that, the friends that are affected by that, and ultimately the community and the world that is affected by it. You know, post-traumatic stress disorder is, again, a term that's thrown around a lot. And the thing that I wanted to point out is anyone who's had a wartime experience or a combat experience is expected to have some sort of level of a response to that trauma. It's outside the norm of human experience, and therefore people develop emotional and psychological issues concerned with that. And you would expect that. Where it becomes a problem or a disorder, so to speak, when it becomes not just a post-traumatic stress reaction, but post-traumatic stress disorder, is when it begins to have an effect on your daily functioning, on a person's ability to function in their daily life. You know, they get, you know, the military teaches you to be hyper alert and hyper vigilant to your surroundings. That's great for when you're in a military situation. Not so great for when your wife wants you to go to the grocery store and pick something up for her. You start avoiding going into places where there are crowds, and that begins to affect you, and that begins to affect your family.
But don't we have IEDs all over the place out there?
I don't know if I want to approach that topic or not. There are psychological IEDs in my life every day, so yes, I guess that's the thing that you need to think about. I just want to go back to the idea that the VA has stepped up to the plate as far as that goes. And if you know a person that you think has post-traumatic stress disorder, or you think that you are suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder, the best way to get in to see a mental health care professional is through your primary care clinic and your primary care doctor.
And I understand that y'all see them very rapidly.
We do. We have mental health care professionals embedded in the primary care clinic. So if you come into the primary care clinic and say something to your physician about symptoms of post-traumatic stress disorder, myself or Dr. Helen Pan will see you that day, that moment, because you need to strike while the iron's hot is what we're finding out.
It's fantastic to see that occur. And all of our veterans out there, you know, take advantage of what you have available to you. And there's a lot of them that says, oh, I don't have PTSD, and they're right there on the break point. And we see them and recommend that they go to the VA in a heartbeat. And Veterans Helping Veterans are proponent always.
And the VA is learning a lot about, you know, mental health issues. We are learning a lot about what not to do, you know, and sometimes that's just as good information as to what to do.
Well,
we have programs set up in the VA for veterans with post-traumatic stress disorder. We get a whole team of professionals who will be working on your case. So, you know, if you go in and tell your primary care physician that you want to see someone, we will make it happen.
There you go. Fantastic. Dee?
And I'll just say that with the psychologists and mental health providers being in the primary care, you know, the veteran can see them at that moment versus, you know, getting an appointment letter, you know, having some time to think about it, because our mental health, that's our highest no-show rate, you know.
Right.
So having them see the mental health providers right there after their primary care, you know, they're still in the primary care clinic setting. They don't have to go to the mental health clinic. You know, they're right there and they can see them. And I just think that just kind of opens the door to get them comfortable to see a mental health provider for those who have not.
Well, now I'm going to throw a question at you. I don't know which one of y'all three will be able to answer this the easiest, but we are trying to break a stigmatism that PTSD or people going to the psychology or psychiatry side or the mental health side, there's always been a stigmatism
Yes.
related to that. How can we combat that? How do y'all help combat that?
That is one of the things that we're trying to do by having your mental health care professional in the primary care clinic, because you just come to your primary care physician's office. No one comes out and says, you're at the mental health clinic, come back and see Dr. Burns. He's a psychologist. You go and see your primary care provider, and then you see me during that same appointment. The stigma with mental health is a historical issue. It's a historical, societal issue that the whole society is going to have to take a better look at before a lot of changes are made there. But we are doing our best to combat that issue. One of the things with these young guys that come back is the last thing they want to do is think about what they've been through. And one of the first things that they need to do is address what they've been through. So getting them to realize to ask for help is not a sign of weakness, but a sign of strength is one of the things that the VA is the message that we're trying to get out there. Strike while the iron's hot, do it now, so that you don't develop a pattern of living that results in you seeing me when you're 65 and having, 40 years of having lived in a situation where you didn't have to live like
Quit picking on me, sir.
Ringing my bell.
What I say that, but it's never too late. That's the other thing.
Oh, there's hope for you, Robert. There's hope for you yet.
It is never too late to change the way you think and change the way you live.
Now, you just said something that struck a nerve, per se. You don't want them to forget. You want them to deal with it.
Right.
So you had said something in the way I maybe misunderstood him, or I do a lot of things I misunderstand. Leave it alone.
What I was saying is what they want to forget. Like they come home and they are saying, "I just want to forget. I want to."
They don't talk about it.
Right.
They don't. There's a lot of them out there that will not talk about. Well, I'll go back to my uncle's World War II. They wouldn't talk about it.
Right.
The Germany and the shooting, and my uncle limped all his life. I thought he got hurt. Well, his foot was frozen in Germany. So, but he never talked about it till after he was gone. And my cousins told me this. So these things, you want the men and ladies to open up,
address these things, right? Talk
it over to the doctors there, and then maybe at home they can also talk to the families about what happened.
Right.
And no matter how good or the bad is always the hardest to cope with. The good, they'll talk about something funny that happened. Drank too many beers at the wrong drank too many beers at the wrong place, but. The truth hurts? No. But the other things is the hard things that I'm saying is, on a serious note, the hard things that have happened to them, or they seen something happen to someone right next to them.
Oh, buddy.
Right, our buddy that's not with them anymore.
Or they're just lighting a cigarette and the guy's gone.
Right.
Whatever. Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And
those things they hold and they hold and they hold.
Well, and I think that the idea is that addressing those things is the sign of strength. Not addressing them. Does that make sense? Like, I think they think if I can just put it behind me, that is showing how strong I am. But actually, because it pops up in your everyday life, it becomes a point of weakness. So addressing it now is a sign of strength, not a sign of weakness.
Right.
And that's the thing that I want to get out there. Asking for help is a sign of strength.
Let's face
that's the big thing, yeah.
Let's also face issues. It takes a man to stand up and say, I got a problem.
Yeah.
And seek the help that is necessary to combat their problem. And if you think you don't have a problem, come and be with us for a while. You'll find out you really do.
Right. And the other thing
Wait a minute, that didn't sound right.
That didn't sound right. But the other thing I want you to think about is sometimes if you can't do it for yourself, okay, if you can't say it for yourself,
right,
look into the eyes of your child or look into the eyes of your wife,
right,
and do it for them. Sometimes that is one of the greatest motivators on earth is to look into the eyes of your child and know that you want to be the father that you can be or the mother that you can be, and that you need to address this now so that they don't live their whole life with a person who didn't address their issues.
There you go. Now, ladies, you're here. Let me pose this question for you. We have more women in the military now.
Yes.
More than ever before.
More than ever before. And we have Dr. Burns here.
Mm-hmm.
And what was your title? What is your official title?
I'm a psychologist.
A psychologist. Mm-hmm. Are there women psychologists at the veterans that, in other words, someone in the, this is radio, shaking your head, I can't hear you.
Yes, there is.
We have one female psychologist.
Psych. I like that.
Right.
Psych.
Psych doctor.
And we also have one female mental health social worker, Bonnie Walls.
So that's what I'm saying, because there's more and more women in the military nowadays that do they feel more comfortable talking to a female than a male doctor?
You know, the great thing about having a female doctor and a male doctor is that you can ask them. You would be surprised because you would think that a woman would always want to talk to a woman, but sometimes that's not the case. And sometimes you would think that a man would want to talk to a man, but, you know, sometimes they're looking for the nurturing of a woman. So
very true.
It's a veteran by veteran, and the great thing is that we have the opportunity for them to choose. You know, and that's
what my question was. You have the facility filled.
Right, and that's the first time.
Say yes. There you go.
That's the first time in the Ocala Clinic's history that we've had, you know, enough people for them to make a choice. So it's again,
great
they're
to
stepping
have,
up to the plate there.
It's great to have the flexibility that y'all have now. And to hear Dr. Knapp, and he's in charge of the clinic there in Ocala, or here in Ocala, but he is so fantastically happy to be able to present this to our local governments and so forth, so they know they have this available for people. And law enforcement officers are very good proponents to us in the VA and trying to work with situations. So, you know, every law enforcement department is behind you 100%.
And we're glad to have them.
Yep.
Glad to have them.
Absolutely.
So altogether, how many, approximately?
Veterans?
No, veterans. I know there's 55,000 plus.
Right, I was like to say, I don't know that statistic.
No. Doctors, psychiatrists.
We have 2 psychiatrists, 3 psychologists, and a licensed mental health social worker.
That's 6 altogether.
And we're about to have another social worker, so there's about to be 7.
And this is in the clinic in Ocala, East Silver Springs Boulevard.
Yes.
7 mental health care providers.
Divided into 55,000 plus veterans in Marion County.
All of them are not in the system.
Right, we have
Yes.
9,000 assigned to our clinic, about 9,000 veterans from Marion County.
And
assigned
do the
to
math.
clinic.
And
Do
do
the
we
math.
have
They don't
any,
all
do you know the
register.
number down in the villages, what numbers there?
No.
But it's similar like numbers probably?
I'm sure they have probably a few hundred more than we do.
I'm sure too.
Yeah.
But folks, you know, get involved with the VA.
Yeah.
Don't sit back and criticize until you participated into it and know where they stand.
They're a different beast than they were, you know, 20 years ago. You know, they're
Very
different.
much so.
They've learned from a lot of mistakes, and they've grown.
I will say I will give the 2 points or 2 stars or 3 stars or 5 stars. Wherever I participate, I go there. I'm a veteran, and
Trying to figure out a veteran from what?
Radio. Thank you very much. Armed Forces Radio and Television. Thank you very much.
Right.
I got to watch him. 2 eyes. With my glasses, 4. Okay. Bifocals, keep going. Anyway, with that said, the timing is critical. Like, everybody has things to do.
Yes.
And they get you in and out. It used to be you go in and let's read War and Peace. Now you go in there and within 20 minutes you're there, and the time is there. You don't have to. Your appointment is at 7:45. They will come out and call you at 7:45 or thereabouts.
Very close.
Before it was before it was different. Oh, I came in first. I'm ahead of you. No, your name is on a list. You know, and if you're going to cancel, please call.
Yeah.
And then they call you the day before
and make sure.
And exactly, make sure. Don't forget, tomorrow's your appointment.
Right.
You know, that worked for me last week when I had to give blood.
Well, vampires are always around, you know.
Thank you very much.
But we do thank y'all very much for coming in. And Doc, is there anything else you want to bring out about the VA and the clinic?
We are just thankful for the opportunity to be a part of Marion County, and we hope that y'all will tap into what's available to you. That's the most important thing. Tap into it. It's here.
Is there a certain phone number that you know off the top of your heads that they can call?
Yes.
Yes, 352-369-3320, and that can get into the clinic, and if you need mental health services, we can transfer you down there, but that's our main clinic number.
Now say it again, because everyone just heard it. What? I got to get my pencil. I got to get my pen.
352-369-3320.
Very good.
Also, tell me again who you are.
My name's DeShannon McNeil, and I'm the administrative officer at the Ocala Clinic.
And that little person that's next to you.
That loves to nod her head and not say anything?
That nods her
Yeah.
head. And Cece, go ahead and tell them.
Yes, my name is Cici Malara. I'm the nurse manager at the Ocala VA Clinic. And I would like to ask everybody, if you have not received your flu shot and you're registered veteran, our clinic is open. We administer the flu shot Monday to Fridays from 9:30 to 11:30, and again at 1:30 to 3:30.
You just walk in?
Yes,
Yep.
just
Just walk in.
Flip your card.
Hey,
Present the card, of course.
I
yeah.
think I'll leave here and go by and get my shot.
Joe, you
They
had
don't
your
give it in a
flu
glass, Robert. That's a different kind of shot, Robert.
That's a wrong
That's
shot.
the wrong
Okay,
kind of shot.
I'll leave that alone at that point.
Joe, did you get your flu shot?
And now we're going to go right on to the
We got a trivia question.
we got the trivia question.
And
Good segue. Thank you.
Before you do that, I
Yes.
want to say thank you all very much for coming in. We appreciate it, and you're welcome back. And Dr. Knapp knows that any time y'all want to come on, you're welcome to. And
having
if you
us.
don't mind, folks, if you want to get involved in our trivia questions, you call in first. We will then tell you the question.
Oh.
You don't get a chance to Google.
You don't. No Googles here.
So if you're sitting there, folks, and wondering what to do, pick up the phone and call us right here at WOCA.
Larry will say the number. He does his thing.
There you go.
The number is 622-9622. That's the WOCA Climate Control Source Hotline.
And if you don't know where we are, just think of the Paddock Mall.
That's where we are.
And we're by the food court.
The WOCA commissary, as we call
okay.
it. So give us a call. We'll do the trivia. It's a $25 gift card to Cody's.
Oh.
It's in my hand, and it shall stay there until somebody wins it. Or my pocket. Or I'm going to lunch.
I'm volunteering to go and take it. Not a problem. If
No,
you
no,
don't
you
wanna
can
call
stay,
in.
sit, relax. Yeah,
Actually,
sure.
I'm sure that Pete's listening in, and I kind of challenged Pete to give us a call.
Well,
And,
then I'll have to. If Pete's calling, I have to change my list.
okay. Well,
No, I'll give him the same question I was going to.
Well, I got to see Pete call in first.
Yeah,
I don't know if he's available or not today.
He might be out of town. And,
Yeah, I think he is.
Somewhere around the
I'm not
road. We have a lot of listeners that are driving that can't pull
Yeah.
over.
We
And no
do that.
texting on the road, thank goodness.
Hey, and
No texting.
the people that are looking at you on our internet service, they need to call in too if they can.
There's a lot of people. By the way, we are on the internet. The camera's been up there for you three, if you didn't know it. It's worldwide, so audio and video worldwide. So no, if you have friends someplace else overseas, or they
caught you nodding.
Yes, they caught you nodding, not saying yes. Yes, they've seen that happening. I'll tell you what, it looks like I'm going to put the card back
I
in my
think
pocket
you
till
are
next
right
week.
now, but we got a little bit more time that I want to go over their golf and tennis classic out at Golden Ocala this weekend, starting Friday. And you've got to be on the approved list.
The guest list, yeah. So if you
Yes,
are,
the guest
please
list.
do come because you're taking up a space that someone else could have used.
Yes.
So if you
And-
can't make it, please call.
Also, if you get in there and there's not enough room, you're not going to be allowed because the fire marshal has said, we're watching you.
Oh, how nice of them.
Yeah.
But there is going to be a silent auction, I understand there.
Yes, and they've got entertainment available.
And we have a 4-star general or a 5-star coming in?
Four that I'm aware of.
4-star general coming in.
And this afternoon, I am meeting a gentleman along with 3 other veterans, and we're going out to set up the Purple Heart Memorial.
That's
It's going
nice.
to be on display.
That's beautiful, beautiful.
We will have all kinds of military personnel and equipment out there for you to
I heard
view.
the tank is not coming, though. I don't think the tank's going to make it, but they might have the helicopter.
Maybe have the helicopter, we're not sure.
Yeah, as I said, maybe.
And that will be a Black Hawk helicopter
Oh,
coming
yes.
in.
That's the one that flies over my house every once in a
Yes,
while.
and he is-
rattles my windows, yes.
People have
Love
wonder what, because of its size and its, how do I say, armament,
Yes.
that seems to be on display occasionally.
Well, we as people know that in the area, we have the forest, that they have the bombing
Yes.
range out there. And my house happens to be in the flight path sometimes. And usually they're high. I'll never even hear them, never see. But one night, I'd say about 6 o'clock, just before it's getting dark, 5 of them right over the house. And if it was just a little lighter, they were so low I could read the numbers on the tail of the helicopter. That is,
That's
and
pretty
it shook the house, and it got me outside quick. And I went, ex-military, I went, oh, and they went by, and then come to find out there was a dignitary coming through the next day, and they were doing a pattern. And then
Okay.
the next day, the same thing happened, except there was a plane in the middle of the 5. Woo. and of course nobody knows who it was or whatever, but they did the escort and they made sure the route was there.
That's true. Those Blackhawks, and are awesome helicopters.
Oh yes, but we have what they call carrier calls off the coast, and the jets come off the aircraft carrier, and then they quote unquote bomb the range out there.
Pinecastle is notoriously known for that.
Reminding everybody that today at 10:30, the Ocala Public Library will host the Veterans Council meeting. That is the place where all the veterans come together to hash out everything that's going to be taking place within the following month. So come one, come all for the Veterans Council meeting, and we start at 10:30 sharp.
And this is which library?
The Ocala Public Library at 2605 East Silver Springs Boulevard.
Look at that, right off the top of his head. I'll tell you what, Curly, we salute you.
Yeah,
Thank you, sir.
Dee, you might get a hold to Carmen and let her know about this meeting, and she could go there and confront them face on.
Confront them face on. Not say hi, confront them.
Confront them about what they're talking about.
Yes, you're always invited. The Veterans Council is a place where all veterans come together from each one of the different posts, from each one of the different chapters, from each one of the different
leagues.
Veterans groups.
Don said something? Whoa, what?
Don?
Yeah.
You said something?
Yeah.
Don usually shows up there as well because he's a part.
No, I mean now he just said something.
Yeah.
I thought it was gas.
But anyway, we're there to disseminate all the information that we can gather from each one of the groups and let them know what's going on inside the various community, all over the community.
We do have a little bit of time. I have a question for you. You're up in the facility on East Silver Springs Boulevard. Are they expanding it, or are it still going to be? Are you done with this room next? I'm going to go in the same room. Are they expanding it there or not? Boy, I got faces this time.
Dr. Knapp kind of said something yesterday that they are expanding
the facility?
Yeah.
Or are they moving the facility?
We would like to expand.
Or would you like to move?
But we're waiting.
Just expand.
Just expand.
Well, they're waiting on the government to settle their problems and issues so they can have some monies and an okay to go ahead.
Oh, that's another kettle of worms we don't even want to go with.
I don't want to even touch it.
Gee, sorry for the question, girls and gentlemen.
That's why we got so quiet.
I know. Crickets. I was going, okay. Halloween, cricket. I'm getting worried there. Okay, so that's the question I shouldn't have asked. I like it.
But with me, see, I don't even need to dress like Dracula. I'm already there, so no sweat.
Oh, no sweat.
I scare them enough of them anyway.
Oh, well, that's true. Yeah, you go in and say, oh, here's Robert again.
Yeah, that's right.
That's it. They see everybody. But they're greeted. You're very well greeted there. So if you are a veteran and you haven't signed up, Please do.
Yeah.
I was a veteran for many years, and I was not aware that I had the opportunity to sign up because I was in Vietnam with Agent Orange.
Oh, yeah.
And they said, you were exposed. I said, well, I was Navy. I was right off the shore. And you were exposed.
Exposed, yeah.
I said, but I was not letting you were exposed. It took 3 exposures to get me going.
Yeah.
Yeah, I go to the point and they say, well, you aren't there. You're right.
That's right. Yeah. So, yes, I was exposed 3 times. I said, okay, now you can go to the clinic. So, at least.
Yes.
But
they took me in and they gave me the test, and I get the news. And that's another thing, you get newsletters from the veterans once you're into the system.
Right.
Yes.
So you know what's going on. It's not just twice a month or twice every 6 months or whatever.
You can go
not only that,
at a time.
Not only that, but just in case something happens to you and you become irritated or something happens to you, you can say, "Oh, I better go get checked because now I know I've been exposed. Mm-hmm. Now I need to go and make sure that I'm okay or that something is not flaring up that they can't handle." And you get in there and get treated.
A little blood test is just a blood test. Am I right, girls?
Blood test, whatever's required.
They're whispering over there.
I don't know what they're doing. I'm not going to say anything.
I don't know. Is there a blood test for Agent Orange? Is it just a blood test?
They have an Agent Orange clinic in Gainesville.
Yes.
And so that's where they do all the Agent Orange. The Agent Orange registry is in Gainesville.
So when I give my blood here, they send it there?
Yep.
Yes. Yeah.
And it's a full battery of tests, that they run.
Okay, because this time, usually they take 1 vial. This time they took 3 vials. So I'm going, it must be Halloween.
Halloween time.
That's right. So it's fantastic going there.
Yeah.
And when I was apprehensive at first anything new, but this was up in North Carolina when I first signed up, and I was apprehensive because I didn't know how I was going to be treated. And I have to say, they had the clinic up there and the hospital and the clinic here, and I just went to the hospital for another procedure, and it was fantastic.
Great.
They treated you with the one word I want to use, respect.
Yes, that's the main thing.
They also treat you with dignity, too.
Yes.
And those are two very important elements that all veterans do. See,
And us as public servants, we have a duty to assist. Our duty is, and I don't like when people say, oh, no, we can't help you here. We can't do this. We have to go above and beyond and help. If we can't help at our level, I like to tell the staff to direct the veteran where they need to go to get help. Don't just say go to Gainesville, because go to Gainesville where? That's a big facility. You need to be able to direct them where they need to go.
Okay, and I would like to say thank you all again for coming in, and thank you, Marion County and Ocala, all you nice citizens that are helping, and God bless you.
God bless America.
From the mountain to the prairie, to the ocean white with gold. God bless America.
Ocala's information station, 1370 WOCA.
Ocala.